Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Rotor Talk Live, Season 6, Episode 33, DJI Mini 4 Pro coming soon. Let's see who is in the house. Drone Shot, Sakurasho, Jody, welcome. John Olson, Waypoint, New England. Let's see who else we got. Mark White, welcome, Mark. John from Flying Flynn, welcome. Let's see who else we got. Sergeant Rock. Who else is here? Richard is here. Lauren, welcome. Good to see you. Leonard Oglesby is here. Welcome, Leonard. Who else do we have in here? Drones Use Media. All right. Got a good house tonight. Mr. Ron Braun is taking a well-deserved evening off tonight. He has company over, and he's enjoying some time with them. So Marcus is going to join me here in a little bit, and maybe Johnny might join me here in a little bit as well, too. Hope you guys saw Drone Nation last night. Man, I'll tell you what, I had such a blast last night on Drone Nation. We had so much fun. We're going to talk just a little bit about Skydio tonight, just a couple points I want to make. I probably made them last night, but it might be good to go over that here a little bit as well. It's just a darn shame, but we'll get to that here in a little bit. Update. No brace, guys. Okay. What I wear is it's plastic, but I wear a splint and it's with Velcro around that finger. The finger's getting better. I'm doing quite a bit of exercises. One of the exercises the therapist is having me doing is pushing down and putting pressure on my thumbnails, okay, and pushing it down, and that's stretching that muscle out. And then you're getting a bonus coverage here, okay. One of the other things that I'm doing is this, and then moving my fingers and wrapping it around. You can't see because wrapping it around my thumb, and then trying to bring them all up at the same time. And the four fingers over the knuckle here. So you're getting bonus coverage here tonight, guys. How about that? Okay. All right. Captain Ray is here. KC Crime Fighting, welcome. Good to see you guys tonight. Okay. Yeah. It is so stinking hot. I was going to go flying this weekend, and it was 101 on Sunday. It was 101 on Saturday, too. Saturday, we had too much to do. So Saturday or Sunday, I was going to get out. By like 10 o'clock, it's 97 degrees outside. It's too hot. It's just too stinking hot. And you got to get up really super early. Like I'm talking like 7 a.m., earlier kind of thing to get out and to fly right now. Well, we actually had an advisory from the National Weather Service not to go outside. I mean, it's that bad. And it's almost like it's winter. You can't go out. Excuse me. It's ridiculous. It really, really, really is. Okay. All right. Enough of me. That was your update on Bill. I got to follow up with the doctor end of the month. I'm sure he'll give me, go ahead to be able to drive full time to work, which I'm really actually looking forward to, going up there a couple days a week. That'll be good. I'll be tired, but it'll be good. So there. All right. First thing, have you seen my latest DJI Air 3 Zoom? Okay. I'm just going to put it up. I'm not going to play it, but I do want to put this up here just for a second. I can tell you something here, guys. It is just the zoom capabilities, the telephoto lens on this drone is just absolutely incredible. I'm going to try to fast forward here. That's the back. That's the back of or it's actually the side of our complex. I'm trying to get one of the ones with a good zoom here. Yeah, this is a good zoom. This is our pickleball and tennis courts, and there's bocce ball courts over there as well. The zoom capabilities on this are just incredible. I highly encourage you. If you haven't seen the video, watch it. I thought I was impressed with the Air 2S zoom. It knocks it out of the park. Okay, it's not even close. That 70 millimeter lens on here, what a winner! I mean, it is a real winner. Guys, do yourself a favor. Watch videos like that do the telephoto lens. I think Marcus did his on the Snake River Canyon. There's others out there, but give it a shot. I mean, if you're on the fence about this drone, don't be. I can tell you that right now, because it's just I'm just incredibly impressed. Absolutely incredibly impressed. You're not. Wow. Holy cow, Lauren. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. It's just, and it's everywhere. Okay. You talk to people as far as the temperature is concerned. It's, you know, and Lauren's telling us up in Canada, I'm like, send us a cool breeze down, Lauren. It's like, well, it's a cool breeze from 97 degrees. That's why I really kind of covet end of October, beginning of November around Florida, because it really starts to cool down. I mean, I'm just really waiting for that time. All right. Let's go here. This is a real interesting article here. The DJI M350 RTK. There's a parachute safety system, and I wanted to share this with you guys. I don't know if you remember. Probably, I'm gonna say maybe 4 years ago. I did a video on parachute systems for drones, and they are expensive, and there are several that work really well that have been tested. But let's go ahead and take a look at this article here. I thought it was real interesting. It's from the company is called ParaZero is the name of the company here. Let's go ahead and share my screen. Okay, ParaZero introduces parachute safety system for DJI M350 drone. Okay. According to the company, key features of the parachute system include independent flight termination system, autonomous triggering system, easy plug-and-play installation within 10 minutes, automatic and manual parachute triggering, manual deployment, remote control included, audio warning for people on the ground, data log access from the black box, all mounting and necessary installation components, limitless battery operations. Okay. All right. It's worth pointing out that the ParaZero managed to get ASTM F32222-18 approval for the safety system designed for the M300 RTK, and the same is likely in the works for the M350 as well. There's no pictures or anything with it, but I just thought it was real interesting here that they've come up with a great parachute system, and you realize that has to be a really good system, because you realize, the M350 RTK, that's not a small drone, and that weighs quite a bit, and it's quite a system there. So, I would really like to see them perfect it and develop it for the consumer drones as well. I know there were some companies that have done that, but I think the higher end ones seem to work really well. The lower end ones, not so much, but we'll stay tuned for that. And like I said, I'd really like to see it develop as a cost efficient option for us. I think, and it would save. Imagine the money it would save a lot of us having to get having these systems and not having to have a catastrophic repair to your drone. But then again, there's DJI Care Refresh. So anyway, all right. All right. Let's see here. Okay. All right. DJI is launching a delivery drone tomorrow, and let's go ahead and take a look at this. And I have something else after this that I want to follow up on, because I think you guys know where I stand on drone deliveries. Okay. Let's go ahead and share this article here. Okay, DJI teases delivery drone launch event for August 16th. DJI has released a teaser for a new drone launch event scheduled to take place in China on August 16th. World's largest consumer drone maker looks to officially enter the delivery and logistics segment with its latest product. Rumors of a DJI delivery drone have been doing the rounds for a few weeks, but the tech giant has shared the official launch date only now. The teaser trailer clearly shows a large quadcopter carrying a DJI branded delivery box. It can also be observed the drone is outfitted with an RTK module, which would help it navigate the aircraft with absolute precision. But why is DJI launching this drone only in China and not in North America? While DJI enjoys a lion's share of the consumer drone market pie in the US and Canada, the companies often struggle to get its specialty products off the ground in these countries. DJI's Agris lines of agricultural drones, for instance, were already being used quite widely in parts of Asia before it was even introduced to overseas partners. Similarly, the company had to spend several months simply promoting and lobbying the DJI Dock autonomous drone charging and docking system in North America, even after the product was officially announced. To be clear, the problem here is not the technology DJI offers. It has nothing to do with the availability of the product either. Rather, much of it boils down to the drone regulations established by aviation authorities. For advanced operations such as fertilizer spraying or flying an aircraft beyond visual line of sight, large-scale adoption cannot happen in the absence of conductive policies. And drone delivery is no different. As Brendan Schulman, DJI's former VP of Policy and Legal Affairs, explains, there's no market at scale for delivery drones in the U.S. until regulations change. So it's a lot like the dock. The tech is here, the price, the policy is not. This could be quite successful in China. Okay, hold this thought here. Okay, as I said, there's something, and I found it real interesting that this article came at the same time. You all know. Welcome, Art. Good to see you. 107 Drones, welcome as well. You all know my policy, or what I've talked about delivery drones, okay? And I did we talked about it last night on Drone Nation. And one of my things about delivery drones, everybody gets all bent out of shape because they think that, these companies like Amazon and UPS and FedEx and everybody, and Walmart, they want to rule the airways, okay? They want to take all the space from us. That's why remote ID is happening. That's why, they want people to fly at the approved zones that the AMA has. All this stuff, okay? People are getting all bent out of shape about it, when in fact, okay, they've tried this overseas and it's not perfected, okay? And they've been working on this ad nauseum a long time. For an example, there was a UPS delivery truck that had a drone come popping out of it and go make deliveries, okay? And it's a regular brown truck, but it's special. It has a drone and it goes out and it does these deliveries, all right? So, they've been working on this for years and we still don't have it. The policies and procedures aren't in place here. And quite frankly, the technology really isn't in place here either. Last night, DeMarco brought up with Walmart, their drone delivery systems, they're limited to 5 pounds. That's all that they can carry. That's all that they can deliver. And remember, all these are done not only beyond visual line of sight. If I'm not mistaken, there's that company that's hooked up with Google. They were doing drone deliveries in Virginia, but there's no FPV view on for the pilot, okay? It's all done by coordinates. The pilot sees nothing when they're flying these drones. It's just that's just me. Let's get to this article. I wanted to share this article here with you because I thought it was interesting. And I saw this article on Drone XL. Now, this has been going on for several years, okay? They've been trying to get delivery drones working, especially Amazon, okay? You know that. The significant development, Amazon's ambitious drone delivery project, Prime Air, has seen the departure of 2 pivotal figures. The chief pilot has left the program. The chief pilot and in charge of test operations have left the program. Departures arrived during a crucial period for Prime Air. Despite Amazon founder Jeff Bezos' optimistic prediction in 2013 that drones would deliver packages under 5 pounds to customers within 5 years, the service is yet to realize this vision. Notably, Mullen has a significant role looking after Prime Air's safety, regulatory compliance, and overseeing operations in Oregon, California, and Texas. Early this year, when Prime Air was prepping for its official launch, Amazon's new CEO, Andy Jassy, initiated a massive layoff wave, which impacted Prime Air considerably. This move was in response to dramatically slowing growth and investors turn away from tech as interest rates rose. However, challenges with Prime Air began early this year. Regulatory limitations have constricted its operational areas, and current drone deliveries at 2 launch sites in California and Texas have fallen considerably short of the projected 10,000 for this year. Okay, I just wanted to touch on this briefly because, again, this whole thing about drone deliveries, we're still a long way away from this happening, even on a regular basis. And, it's going to involve I don't want to say buying some tech or maybe renting some tech from some of these companies to do drone deliveries, stick it, to be able to have a certain landing pad that has GPS coordinates on it that these drones from delivery companies can coordinate and drop that off. And especially also too, if you're not there, they're going to have to be, are they going to be in a lockable box? There's just a whole host of things right here with this. And, the tech, besides the regulatory, the technology still really hasn't caught up yet. I mean, again, they're only able to deliver 5 pounds. I mean, that's quite a bit of stuff. But, if you're ordering something over 5 pounds, it's going to have to come regular ground kind of stuff. So anyway, all right. That's, I'm just off on my soapbox here. I think it'll be a novelty for a while, and then it'll go away. It won't be large scale. Yeah, I agree. I agree, John. I agree. Drone deliveries happen every single day from a facility not far from my mom's house. That's pretty good. What? And I'm trying to remember. Google has it, and they did this in Australia, and the name escapes. I want to say Wing, if I'm not mistaken. They do that, but a lot of them will drop down a box or a container, and again, it's not very heavy. It's not a lot of stuff. It's going to take a lot to get this going. It really is. And like I said, I don't think the technology has been perfected yet. And these drones, a lot of them are, I'll call them STOL drones, short takeoff and landing, where the wings will bend and go up, and then it'll go, the wings will fold like this, and then it'll fly like a plane, kind of like the Osprey, the Marines V-copter or whatever you want to call that. It's a different kind of thing, and I just think I think it's interesting. That's interesting, Mark. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. So we'll see. Okay. This isn't, we will see it, but it's still going to take a while. It may take another 10 years before they even perfect this, because, there's a lot of logistics to figure out with something like this. So, Dr. Ted is in the house. Welcome, Dr. Ted. And let's see who else. Greg Pittman is here. Welcome, Greg. Good to see you guys. Mill City Sky, welcome. Good to see you as well. Okay. All right. All right. Skydio exits consumer market. All right. We talked about this last night. Watch Drone Nation. We had such a great discussion on this last night. I can't say that enough. If you didn't watch last night's show, please do so. Ron, Marcus, Johnny, myself, and DeMarco, we had a great conversation regarding that. Okay. I just want to touch on this for a few minutes. Okay. Because I still think it's important enough to kind of grasp things and understand things. And this article spurred me to want to share this with you because, let me just go ahead and get that up here. Very difficult decision. Skydio exits consumer drone market. Okay. I'm sorry. This was not a difficult decision for them. Okay. This had been in the works for some time, at least 2 months, if not longer. And the big thing here, I'm gonna read just a little bit. According to Bry, over 1,500 enterprise and public sector customers rely on Skydio to put sensors in dangerous and important places to perform inspections, find missing children, and protect troops around the world. All right. Our drones are making the core industries that our civilization runs on safer and more efficient. And it's becoming more and more clear every day that we need trusted, secure drones to meet these critical applications. The impact we're having with our enterprise and public sector customers have become so compelling, it demands nothing less than our full focus and attention, Bry stresses. The result is the drone maker will no longer be offering Skydio 2 Plus starter, sports, cinema, or pro kits. Obviously, there's not going to be a Skydio 3. Commercial enterprises and public sector organizations will still be able to purchase Skydio 2 Plus enterprise kit, though. And the company will continue to provide software and customer support for existing customers, okay? Writing was on the wall. And this is Brendan Schulman. And, I had Brendan on a few years ago, and Brendan is just an incredible knowledge and just a great person, even though he no longer works for DJI. He's just so well versed in this area. Among the more interesting tidbits from Expo 23, I learned from reliable sources that a major U.S. drone manufacturer is going to exit the consumer market to focus only on enterprise, government, military. Just as happened with Parrot, actually, unsurprising but newsworthy. Okay, and that's exactly what happened with Parrot. They knew, and the writing. They talk about the writing on the wall. The only writing that was on the wall was, there is a great profit margin for them with these enterprise level drones. Okay, don't kid yourself. That's why they're going into this. All right, they are making money hand over fist with these. So, drone analyst, the writing was on the wall. Impressive product, but no defined market space. High BOM for CE and a two-ton monopoly meant this effort was doomed failure. The tech stack remains, and we'll see how far it takes them in military and enterprise. Okay. New Skydio drone launching next month. It's called, New Skydio focus attention. We're noting this company is planning to unveil a new X3 at its first ever user conference, Ascend, which is planned for September 20th. X3 commercial drone is based on the next generation NVIDIA GPU, which is not yet released, and should enable the aircraft to offer more advanced features and better obstacle avoidance. All right. Further X3 expected to have swappable payloads, a flight time of over 45 minutes. All right. We've kind of beat the Skydio, drum, over and over again here. And it's just a darn shame because they never really, in my book, and we talked about it last night, they never really got it right. All right. Consumers want, welcome, Michael. Good to see you. Consumers want a drone. They want to be able to fly the drone via a controller. The controller on that drone was an afterthought. Okay. The tracking is stellar on the Skydio 2. That's it, folks. That's really it. Okay. What can I say? I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say. So that's what we got. That's what we got with that. And conversely, after the announcement was made, everybody wants to get a Skydio 2 now. It's like prices are jumping out on eBay, and maybe Marcus might be tempted to sell his. He may get some good coin for that. I mean, there's a lot. Yeah, there's definitely a lot going on with that. So it's going to be real interesting to see if another drone manufacturer steps up. If somebody else will step up to the plate with this. I don't know. I absolutely, positively don't know. So we'll see. You never know. Hopefully somebody else will step in. But, and this begs the question, before I'm going to get going on to the next subject here, but it kind of begs the question here. Yeah, Mill City Sky. Yeah, they were. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. Well, yeah, Marcus won't sell his drone. Yeah, for me, I mean, it's going to be, it will reach a point where, and we talked about this last night, where your batteries eventually are gonna die. You're gonna need spare props. You're not gonna have any of those, and you're buy up batteries right now if you want to keep it. Buy up spare props, as many as you can right now if you're going to keep this. That's all I can say. I mean, it's just it's going to become an albatross. It really will. That's par for course. That's absolutely, positively par for course. So anyway, all right, okay. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, all right. DJI Mini 4 Pro. All right. just when, I'm still getting used to the Air 3, okay, and testing it out, and I am thrilled with it. I am absolutely thrilled. Of course, it's also a thrill to be able to fly and be able to. I can really kind of hold the controller. I mean, I'm using the lanyard and everything, but my pincer movement is very good with my fingers. So, and my physical therapist is real happy. She told me, she said that's excellent. That I've made that much progress. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Not 100%, but it's getting very, very, very close. So yeah. Okay. The first thing that I want to talk about here, okay. There are a lot of signs. I mean, over the years, Ron, Marcus, myself, others who do, other drone reviewers, there's certain things that we look for and certain signs that indicate that a new drone is on the way. And there's a number of them here, okay? And this one, it popped up today because I got an email from the mothership, all right? And I want to share this with you guys, okay? Which I thought was just, this was, yeah, let's just share this here. 10% off DJI Mini 3 Pro, okay? Normally $909, it's now on sale $819, all right? This is a huge clue. We saw the Air 2S. They had a number of sales. It had been out for some time, but the Mini 3 Pro hasn't been out as long as the Air 2S was. Marcus, how are you, sir?
Bill, good. Let me get muted on that other channel. Oh, there we go.
Okay.
How you doing?
I got to turn my speaker back on. Hang on a second here. I think my speaker's coming on here. So.
Yeah, Bill, I had the audio on the other channel there, so it got confusing.
Oh, okay. Okay. We're good. We're good now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw this today or not. I got the email from the mothership. The Mini 3 Pro is on sale. I mean, it's like
your sign, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just saying
that. Yeah.
I mean, it's like, okay, knock on the door. And I was just saying, the Air 2S, they had a number of sales, but it had also been out for a while. Okay, this is incredible.
Well, let me also say that if you are looking for a full-featured sub 249 gram drone right now, this is a great deal. $819, and it's with the DJI RC. So you get the screen, the all-in-one controller. You get a full-featured drone with obstacle avoidance. I'm trying to think what it doesn't do, Bill. It won't do video waypoints. That's probably I'm just trying to think of the features that this will not do that like the Air 3 will do. There's a few little things, but for the most part, it has all the same features.
Yeah, and it's under what? It's what's the total? The price $819 now. That's just wow. I mean that is a real absolute total steal.
The thing is, so there's all this talk about how we're losing drone competitors, and we are, and I don't like it. However, if we worry about price appreciation, I don't know. DJI seems to be keeping their prices pretty competitive. When you see stuff like this, you go, well, I don't know.
Yeah. And of course, I also want to go ahead and share, there was it not only does the mothership have it on sale, I'm going to go ahead and share this other screen here. Okay, DJI Mini 3 Pro drone, grab the deal now. Best Buy is offering the same discount, $91. Okay, I put this out on Drone XL. Amazon offers a 7% discount on the DJI Mini 3, not Mini 3 Pro, but Mini 3 drone. Okay, originally priced at $910. It could be yours for just $819. Okay, and this is at Best Buy. All right, that they're having this, which is real interesting. All right, these are just like unbelievable clues. It's like a wanted poster, like back in the old West. Okay, plastering somebody's face up. It's the same thing here.
Yeah, I got a comment on one of my videos earlier today that somebody said that also that there's been a bunch of price changes on Amazon. Now, I personally haven't gone out and looked, but usually when we see it in one spot, we see it everywhere.
No, I haven't seen those either.
What I'll tell you, I learned the hard way on Amazon though. Be careful because remember the Mini SE debacle where they had it really super cheap and it turned out to be not necessarily a scam, but because nobody lost any money, but you weren't getting them at the prices that were advertised. And
right. Now, this leak came out on the 10th, which was about 5 days ago. And of course, it's Igor. Both images offering the work of, once again, Igor, who initially tweeted readers of his Twitter feed. 26-second video, what's identified as DJI's development version of a Mini 4 in flight. His initial photo posted over the weekend looked to be the same bug-eyed, frog-looking craft that was identified as a Mini 4 Pro. You can kind of see that right there. Our little brother, DJI Mini 4, is undergoing flight tests. It's a pleasure to watch him. And then it gets into this other one that somebody calls like a Mini Inspire 3 or something like that. DJI won't let me rest easy. So in addition to the Mini 4, there's an older brother that is also secretly undergoing testing. Okay. So, it's going to be here sooner than we think. And, I initially had some thoughts that it would land in November. I think it's going to be sooner in November, Marcus. I really do.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, I hesitate to guess. I just couldn't really say, but I think once we start seeing pictures like this and the sales, that we know it's coming, and we also know that DJI traditionally has released the mini drones not long before Christmas, so
right
in the fall.
Right.
So
right in the fall sometime.
Yeah, we'll I think for sure we'll see it in the fall. And I don't know if you want to go there, Bill, but we discussed it a little bit last night too. What the heck are they going to do to a Mini 4? I mean, the Mini 3 is so good, and we say that every time. Yeah. But what you're just always curious. Okay, what are they going to put in it that just gets us all excited?
Yeah, you mean we have you think about what they can do with this, okay? Because they put in that incredible camera that's in the Mini 3 Pro. You think what else? And they added obstacle avoidance on here, and you think what else can they add to this? I mean, what else can they do for this? And you think probably my first thing is we'll see 04. It's a given that this will have 04. I would say without any doubt. All right, and you're going to get some incredible range from this drone. That's one of my guesses and they're probably going to tweak the camera. What they can do with that in that package C, because the big thing with the mini drones is they're constrained to 249 grams or under. Okay, that's a benchmark for them, and they really have to watch what they're going to do and improve battery life as well too. We'll see.
Hey, so there's a comment in the chat. Johnny Drone Buyer. God, I always get that wrong. Johnny Drone Buyer. He says he's waiting for the 1-inch sensor on the Mini Pro S. And evidently Barkley thinks that it should give you sweet pillow talk. I don't. Barkley, what the heck? Barkley, what are you saying? You want your drone to talk, sleep with you? I don't get it.
Yeah, that's a good question, Casey. When you think it will offer what's new, I think they're going to kind of tweak this camera. That's a given. Oculus 4, maybe they'll tweak the battery on it a little bit to get some better battery life with it. Again, these are just guesses right here at this point. But I think you'll see 04 on there, and that range is going to be incredible. And and I think one thing I think they need to do with the DJRC. I mean, as much as it's pretty doggone good for me in Florida with the bright sun here, but it would be really nice if they kind of bump that up to maybe about 1,000 nits. I think that would kind of really take it over the edge. Although you're approaching DJRC Pro territory when you do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm figuring out, especially days like today, here it was 104 degrees just a few minutes ago, and the sun was so bright. I mean, just walking outside, even with sunglasses on, you had to squint. It's so bright. So yeah, the more nits you get on your viewpoint on your screen, the better. No, there's no question about it. However, with all of that comes heat and all those things. There are all those things that the engineers have to figure out, and probably takes more power and everything else. So yeah.
Well,
I will say this, Bill. I don't know if you noticed this, or you got your Air 3. So the did you hear the fan come on in the RC2?
Yes.
Yeah, that the RC doesn't have.
Yes.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, that is very interesting. And of course, we're running the same kind of temperatures you are. It's been like 102, maybe ticking to 103 during the day here, during the really hot part of the day here. And the one thing remember too, and I think a lot of people need to remember, with that Mini 3, in order for it to cool down, it needs to be moving through the air. Okay, it needs ventilation. All right, because I found out, because I was doing like back-to-back 3 flights in a row when I was filming videos for it, and I left it on and it shut down because it was getting hot. It was overheating, and I initially I wondered why it shut down, and then I remembered why, because we had talked about it, said, yeah, it needs ventilation in order to cool that off, and if not, it's going to go ahead and shut down, and it's exactly what it did. So, that's another thing that people need to remember, especially with like the design of the Mini 3 Pro, and hopefully I'm sure it'll continue with the Mini 4 Pro if it has the same kind of design. It needs to be moving through the air in order to cool that down, and that's their ventilation system, and that's what DJI is banking on, is to do that. And people need to be aware of that when they get this drone. It's a given.
Thermal management.
Yeah, got to. It's an absolute must. I mean, yeah. So
there's some pretty scary conversations going on in the chat here. What these guys are doing with their drones, I don't know.
Yeah. I did see some of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Ken says it all. Place it here. That's pretty scary, Barkley. Yep, it is. Uh-oh. It said, it says he was timed out. Oh, okay. Anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's exciting nonetheless that we have something else on the horizon coming up and looking forward to on the heels of the Air 3 coming out. And also too, I think one of the things that I wanted to talk about with you is also too, the whole thing about DJI's urgency to get more product out. All right. Because, Ron's been talking about, and I know, we've been talking about as well, a Pocket 3, and them coming out with the Osmo Action 4, because it's been a prolific year. It's been, since I've been following drones in DJI, this seems to be an incredible banner year for product releases. All right. Because I think what they're doing is, in case things go south and some of their product gets, that can't be sold here in the United States, they probably want to get these products out in the hands of the public before anything would happen by the end of the year. That's just my guess, because we're seeing a prolific number of releases this year. I mean, it's just kind of off the charts as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, is it that, Bill? Or is it just that they're in it for the money, right? They want to. They want to make money, and the more stuff they release, the more that cash comes in.
Yeah. It's also that kind of a bottom line too, as far as that's concerned. So stay tuned here. There's going to be more on this, obviously. You know, I see. Maybe, yeah, that's a good point as well too. About being a chip shortage, and maybe that's the reason DJI bought them all. Who knows? You know, and we're seeing that. One of the other things I wanted to kind of follow up on, and it's kind of like, you know, we talked about this ad nauseum last night with Skydio, and I kind of wanted to follow this up here too. Is Autel, all right? Do you think, Marcus, that Autel is headed down the same road as Skydio?
Yes. I
Yeah.
mean, I think it's pretty obvious. Well, yeah. There's people even just saying it out right now. Greg Rivardier or Riverdew, I'm not sure how you pronounce his name, at Pilot Institute. He said for sure that their EOL on the Lite series and on the Nano series.
Yeah, it's very, very, very interesting. Very interesting. You know, we'll see, because again, you know, the whole gist of, you know, them talking about it. You know, Drone DJ had an article for Skydio, and you know, in that article, you know, one of the things, you know, again, talking about how, you know, they serve the enterprise level customers, and you know, and we talked about it last night. It is a profit center for them. I mean, Parrot did it. Now Skydio's doing it, and more than likely, you know, coming up, we'll probably see Autel go down that road as well too. Although I have to give Autel some credit, Marcus. You know, they weren't a one-trick pony like Skydio was. All right, Skydio was a one.
Good old college try, didn't they, when they came out with the Nano and the Lite? Yeah.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, they made a concerted effort to kind of, you know, broaden their horizons and try to get people interested in them as a drone manufacturer, and I give them a lot of props for that. You know, and they were also smart too, that they kept a basic platform and they modified that same platform so it made it easier for them to assemble components. So, right. You know, all in all, you know, I think they did a good job with that. You know, again, you know, there was such a level of turnover with them, and just, you know, turmoil and, you know, financial, you know, not having money. In fact, that one year, I think the year you went out to CES, you know, they just got their booth like at the last minute. You know, the mothership in China gave them some money to be able to do that. I mean, you know, it's just kind of sad to see this happen, Marcus.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Well, we need a healthy competitor, and there's a lot of people gloating over Skydio, you know, and you know what? Yeah, I think Skydio made a lot of some mistakes, and I don't agree with everything they did, but I'm sad to see them go, just like I'm going to be sad to see Autel. So it sounds like Autel might still make the Evo 2. It's on the version 3 now, but really it's the same drone with the same camera that it was 4 or 5 years ago. So I don't know, you know, how long can you make that airframe competitive? So yeah, and then I noticed the other thing is Autel came out today and they were bragging about how they put the STK out for their Max series of drones, their enterprise drones, which is great. I think it's an awesome thing, but it also indicates that they are trying to be more competitive in that market and really getting away from the consumer market.
Yeah, and the handwriting's on the wall, and it's, you know, it's kind of a shame, because, you know, we always thought, and we talked about this, you know, both on Drone Nation and here on Rotor Talk, how this competition is good, and it's good for DJI. It's a win for consumers. You know, it's a win all the way around. And without this, you know, it's like the old Bell telephone monopoly back in the day. I mean, they're going to be, DJI is going to be really the only player in town. You know, Fimi and Hubson, you can't really say a whole lot about them being a player at all. You know, they're just not there. You know, and they're going to dictate the market, and they're going to, you know, it's going to be, you know, are we going to get what we want? Are we going to, I mean, you know, I don't mean necessarily what we want, but, you know, what we think would be good for the consumer. Are we going to be getting that? Or is DJI just going to tell us this is what you're going to get and enjoy it?
DJI, well, a little bit of both, but I suspect it's going to be more like we're going to have to do with whatever DJI feeds us now. The point of it is they've always been their top of the game, and they've always been the one that's innovated the most and sent us the coolest stuff. So that probably isn't going to change. I think we're still going to get some really great consumer drones. But again, with no competition, who knows? And the other weird thing about it is you got the whole kind of thing going on in the government that they're trying to ban DJI, and I don't think there's a huge chance of that happening, but it could happen. And if it did, then where would we be?
Yeah. Yeah. So, it's real interesting where we're at there. And I don't know, and I don't have answers for it. And, it's kind of scary when you think about it. I mean, because, the only real player will be DJI. I mean, you can't, like I said, we can't. Hubsan, no. Fimi, no. Thought in Autel, when they exit the scene, it's going to really come down to DJI and them just telling us what we want. I mean, is everybody going to go out and get Holy Stones?
I hope not.
I mean, seriously. I mean,
you never know. Yeah. I'd probably be finding a new hobby, Bill.
Yeah, that's about it. You have any closing thoughts for tonight, Marcus?
Yeah, I'm going to brag for a little bit because I got some drone mail today.
Go for it.
I got some Freewell filters for the Air 3, so I can't wait to try them out. And Freewell is so good. They sent me a lot of stuff, so I know what a UV filter is and a mist filter is. I have no idea what an LPR filter is, so I'm gonna have to read up and figure that one out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Oh, guess what I got today? Sinova sent me a case for the Air 3.
Oh, good.
But guess what I had to do as soon as I got it? I have it sitting out on the back on the lanai to air out because it smells. It almost smells like ammonia or something in there. I mean, it's just
some of those cases smell horrible when they're new, don't they? Yeah.
So it's been sitting out there for a few hours to kind of air out. So no pun intended for the Air 3, air out kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of doing that, but that's good. I'll be anxious to see that, and I'll be anxious to get once it airs out. I'm gonna film it and film a review and try it out tomorrow and see how it works. And maybe I might give this case away. You never know. I could give it away next week on Rotor Talk. Maybe never know.
Yeah,
never know. We'll see.
I wanted to if you do give it away, it's going to be domestically, right?
Yes.
Because all I'm telling you is the postage could really.
Oh yeah, it'll be in the 50 states. I mean, it's interesting because I listed something recently, and I had somebody lives in Guam. Well, I'm in the United States. No, you're in a territory. Okay, and so now I put on my listings 50 states. All right, because I don't do Guam. All right, that just doesn't.
I'll tell you how you can do any of the territories, because U.S. Postal Service doesn't care. You can do on their flat rate thing, and you can still get it to them at a reasonable cost.
That's a good thing. That's a real good thing.
USPS flat rate deals are pretty slick for situations like that.
That is good.
Yeah.
Well, again, I want to repeat to people, if you did not watch Drone Nation, go back and watch it. Last night's episode, we had Marcus. I got to say this, it was one of the best times I ever had on the show. We had so much fun last night.
Yeah, we had a hell of a guest too. We had a great guest yesterday.
Oh yeah, Johnny Drone Flyer.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. No, it was a good time, and I let Ron know that today, and I was very appreciative of the time and coming on last night, and a lot of good discussion. Hope DeMarco's doing better. It was a shame to find out he's been going through a lot of travails. So DeMarco, hope you're doing better. We wish you all the best and a speedy recovery from that. That is no fun. I can tell you that right now. But I want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. I'm sorry. Just had a great crowd, great discussion. Everybody did fantastic tonight. Guys, thanks so much for watching. And as always, it's a great day to fly. Take care.